used as a pre-reading or post-reading strategy. Teachers usually use this strategy to introduce new vocabulary, introduce the big ideas, familiarize the students with the text, and to activate prior knowledge.
When Tea Party is used as a post-reading activity, students review big ideas, summarize the events in a story, or focus on the story structure. The purpose of this strategy is to improve students' oral language, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension in all content areas.
To prepare for this strategy, before the students arrive, the teacher should find a fiction or nonfiction text. They should then look through the text and find a couple excerpts or a few, depending on your class size. Once the teacher finds the text that she wants her students to know and become familiar with, the teacher will then write it on a card, or you can type it. It would be a good idea to laminate these so you can use these for years to come. Once the teacher has done that and the students arrive, then she will pass the cards out to each student. Some students may have duplicates, and that's okay. Next, then, once the students have the cards, they will read it. They want to become familiar with every part of it. They want to make sure they know every word. So if they don't know a word, they should look it up and become familiar with it. Once this time is over, once it's about 5 minutes, they should be confident with what they're reading. Next, for the next 10 or 15 minutes, the students will walk around the room. They will find a partner. Student 1 would read their excerpt, and then the two students would discuss. Then you flip-flop. Student 2 reads their excerpt, and the students discuss. Then the teacher, once that is done, the teacher calls all the students back together, and they will discuss it as a class. So the teacher could take a volunteer from the students, and that student could read their excerpt, and then the class will discuss, and it will go on to make sure you get all the different excerpts read.
There are very few materials needed for this strategy. The first material is a book. It can be a fiction or a nonfiction book. The next thing you'll need is to write your excerpt on a note card or a slip of paper. If you write it on a note card, you can laminate it easier, and that's all that you need. Let's get started with our tea party.
All right, so we're supposed to read our notes and then talk about what they say. So mine says, there are wild dogs and domestic dogs, but they all belong to a family of animals called canids. So I didn't know what domestic and canids meant. So I looked it up on the dictionary. And domestic means any type of animal that is tamed by a human. And canids is any type of animal that's in the dog family. So that could be my dog at home, but it also is wolves and hyenas and fox.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow, that is cool. So mine said canids are carnivores, which means they hunt and eat meat. So I didn't have to look that up because it pretty much says the definition here. But I thought it was cool because I have a hunting dog at home, and sometimes when he comes back from hunting, he brings something with him to eat.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's meat. But then sometimes he eats dog food too.
Oh, okay.
Well, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's really good. Thanks for a good tea party.
One adaptation for this strategy is to pair lower level readers with higher level readers. That way they can work together when they are reading and discussing and looking up their definition.
Since this strategy is recommended for grades 3 and up, you could have this become a silent tea party. So that means that the students would, without talking, pass their cards to another individual. They would each be responsible for their own learning.
For English language learners, the teacher can read the excerpts aloud before handing them out to the students. That way, the ELL students have already heard the excerpts before reading them to themselves.
This strategy is really great for English language learners because it allows them an opportunity to build on their background knowledge before they read the text. We hope that the information we've shared with you helps you see the value of this strategy. It helps students in all different areas of literacy.
And even though you may not have the teacups when using this in your classroom like we used, it is still a great strategy to implement into your classroom.